What's going on, guys? Radio Graffiti here, and today I want to talk to you guys about The Boys, Episode 3 and Episode 4. Now, Episode 3 was a little slower paced. It's mostly about The Boys and Homelander wanting V1. V1 is basically the word of this episode, and judging by the trailers, we know Homelander will get V1 at some point. There's a lot of little moments throughout this episode that I really enjoyed. I really like seeing Homelander kind of freaking out about being a reject for all of his father figures. His relationship with Soldier Boy is probably one of the more interesting storylines of the season, because I really get this feeling that Homelander wants to be loved and accepted by Soldier Boy, but Soldier Boy just thinks he's kind of a fucking weirdo, as he literally says later on in the episode. Just when I thought there was a limit to how fucking weird you can be. Soldier Boy gets a lot of great lines throughout this season so far. Like when he goes up there and he talks about Homelander swimming in tit jizz. Homelander and Soldier Boy continue to be one of the best parts about The Boys. Oh, and while Homelander is freaking out about his father figures, we get one of the weirdest scenes ever in The Boys. Maybe top 10, because there's a lot of weird scenes. I mean, it's The Boys. There's been a lot of crazy shit throughout the show. The memes are always pretty funny, though. That's always something to look forward to every week. So you get a new episode of The Boys, and then you get a bunch of people making memes about it. Also, a lot of truths get revealed throughout this episode with Maverick, who is Translucent's son, and Zoe. Well, this was all pretty amusing. And one of my biggest problems with the episode is Butcher's little plan he has with Ryan. So Butcher's big plan is that he basically wants Ryan to sacrifice himself to kill Homelander. Motherfucker, you could have done that in the season 3 finale, but you pussied out. You didn't want Soldier Boy to kill Homelander because, oh, Ryan's in the way, he might get killed, he might get hurt. And now here we are, season 5, and Butcher doesn't care if Ryan dies now? Make up your mind, dude. And of course that plan doesn't work out. Ryan ends up getting the shit beat out of him. And of course, Butcher has to try and make it look like he doesn't get an advantage out of it. Oh, don't worry, mate. I'll be right by you, so I'll die too. Well, you're gonna die anyway, motherfucker. So of course you don't care if you die. You're a ticking time bomb anyway. So yeah, that part was a little bit annoying. Something else that was kind of annoying is Huey's plot armor. Translucent's son, Maverick, ends up getting blown up by the Timu-11, even though she was trying to kill Huey. Huey's had crazy plot armor throughout this entire show. But it does give us a cool little moment with Starlight where she does not hesitate at all to snap this girl's neck. Kind of goes a little dark for a minute there. It was kind of cool and interesting to see that. Sort of a side of Starlight we don't really see all that often. Because she thought Huey was dead, so she said fuck it. And just went straight up murder mode. No hesitation at all. And lastly, one of the more interesting scenes of the episode is Stan Edgar and MM just having a little chat over cigars. With Stan Edgar basically telling MM that all this is pretty pointless because no matter what, Vought's gonna eventually rise up and just find something else. Even if superheroes are gone, doesn't really matter. I thought all that was pretty fascinating to listen to. So yeah, a pretty solid episode. A lot of great moments throughout. A lot of things get revealed. Plot starts moving a little bit with this whole V1 thing. Everybody's out to get it. Which leads us to episode 4. The whole episode was just the boys in some old building searching for V1 while trying to kill each other. Oh, and Starlight visits her dad. It's pretty boring though. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of just started scrolling on my phone after a little bit because her scenes were just very boring. So there's not much to talk about there. But we did get a lot of good drama between the boys because there's some soup. I think his name is Quinn. It's some guy Soldier Boy knows. Basically, I guess he has the power to kind of make people nearby him feel hate. So all the boys are basically just letting out a lot of the frustrations they have with each other. You know, a lot of their secrets kind of come out. They kind of just talking shit to each other. Like MM saying he celebrated when he heard Butcher would be dying. And then Butcher telling Kimiko she was better as Frenchie's pet. Huey calling Starlight a bitch and calling MM a pussy. So they all are just trying to kill each other, but we all know none of them will die this way. But it does make for a lot of interesting drama with them all arguing and fighting with each other. But yeah, it's basically the entire episode. They're just in this old building searching for V1. Homelander and Soldier Boy are in there as well. And somehow they don't hear them, even though Homelander should have heard them like 50 miles away, let alone when he's actually in the building. But whatever. Soldier Boy ends up locking him in some kind of area that he's going to have a hard time breaking out of. But he eventually gets out. And then the episode ends with basically Homelander being claimed as a god by this guy. I don't even know what his name is. He's some kind of religious guy. I think he has the superpowers to make everyone believe whatever he says. I don't really know exactly what his powers are. But yeah, Homelander, he's now apparently God. Or at least that's what they want everybody to think. So far the past two episodes, they're good, they're cool, but I mean, this is the final season of The Boys, and with them killing off A-Train in the very first episode, I kind of thought maybe this season would have a very bloody, nobody safe kind of vibe to it, and so far that hasn't really been the case. Like, the Deep keeps surviving every episode, even though he's a pretty useless character at this point. His entire character, pretty much the entire series, is just that he wants to impress Homelander. That's basically all there is to him. He's a goofy idiot who desperately wants Homelander's approval. So yeah, I'm waiting for the bodies to start dropping this season, but it hasn't really happened outside of the first episode. I guess we were all bamboozled. We were tricked into thinking this season would be bloody and, people dying left and right, nobody's safe, it's the final season of The Boys. Shit's gonna hit the fan this season. But so far, it's just felt more like set up for Vought Rising, which is apparently a spin-off show with Soldier Boy and Stormfront. We don't fully understand anything about Soldier Boy's past, like his relationship to this guy that's on the wall, and we also don't really know 100% his relationship with Stormfront. We know he fucked her a couple of times, but I mean, that's about it. I know they said something about this back in season 3, but I don't fucking remember any of that shit. That came out several years ago. So yeah, I guess all of this is kind of just set up for this prequel show, which is kind of weird because this is the final season of The Boys. Why are we focusing so much on trying to set up a spinoff? Let's focus on ending the show before we worry about setting up another one. But whatever, what do I know? So yeah, those are my thoughts on episode 3 and episode 4 of The Boys. So what did you guys think about these episodes? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.